Honestly, it's just flat out embarrassing. Argentina didn't get robbed by a red card, they chose to play like terrified cowards. I'm absolutely sick of the excuses flooding social media right now. Everyone is crying about Enzo Fernandez' red card, acting like Spain stole this World Cup final. But blaming the official is a massive pathetic cop out. As a fan who wanted a legendary heavyweight battle for the biggest trophy on earth, watching Argentina completely surrender their identity was heartbreaking. They played terrified, choked out their own offense, and practically left Lionel Messi stranded on an absolute island. Drop a comment right now. Did you actually see a winning team out there before the card? Because today we are exposing the real devastating reason the world champions fell apart. Let's look past the raw emotion and analyze the cold hard facts. The conventional wisdom floating around social media right now is that Argentina was right in the thick of this final until the referee ruined it. That is a total illusion. Look at the tactical setup from the opening whistle. Scaloni completely abandoned the high pressing fluid transition game that made this team iconic. Instead, they sat back in a deeply passive low block, practically begging Spain's midfield to suffocate them. And if you are wondering why on earth Scaloni set up a defending champion to play like prime old school Stoke City, the truth is simple. They were utterly terrified of Spain's pace, and they were desperately playing for penalties from minute 1. Think about it. With an aging squad running on absolute fumes after a brutal tournament path, Argentina knew they couldn't go toe to toe in an open transition game against kids who are 10 years younger than them. Their entire tactical plan was a cynical 120-minute gamble to drag Spain into the mud and dump all the pressure onto Emi Martinez's shoulders, praying that Dibu could pull off his usual psychological warfare from 12 yards out. They were not actually trying to win a football match, they were actively trying to survive it. Because of that survival mindset, Spain completely took over the pitch. Their counter press, anchored by Rodri and executed perfectly by Fabian Ruiz, absolutely pinned Argentina in their own half. Every single time Argentina won the ball back, they had zero structural outlets. None. McAllister was trapped, De Paul was chasing ghosts, and Messi was literally 40 yards away from the nearest blue and white shirt. Here is the tactical twist most people are completely ignoring. Even before Enzo got sent off in the second half, Argentina hadn't registered a single progressive sequence in Spain's defensive third. Not one. You see where this is going yet. The red card didn't cause the collapse, it just exposed a team that had already mentally surrendered the pitch. Which brings us to the most damning indictment of this entire performance. Two shots. The entire game, two. And a pathetic, embarrassing 0.04 expected goals. Let that number sink in for a second. You could play this final 100 times and with an XG that miserably low, you are not scoring in a single one of them. That's not a tragic football robbery, that's a self-inflicted tactical disaster on the world's biggest stage. If you honestly believe Enzo staying on the pitch magically fixes a baseline of 0.04 XG, you are lying to yourself. Let's be real, challenge my assumption right now in the comments. How does keeping 11 men on the pitch fix a team that completely refused to pass the ball forward? Spain didn't just win this match, they thoroughly outclassed them. They took the game by the throat, dominated the half spaces, and dictated the tempo from minute 1 to 90. Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal didn't just find joy because Argentina went down to 10 men. They were tearing the flanks apart when it was 11 versus 11 because Argentina's fullbacks had absolutely zero protection from their midfield. Remember the promise we made at the start? Spain earned every single bit of this victory. Luis de la Fuente's side showed exactly why their structural discipline is unmatched. They didn't rely on refereeing decisions or luck to lift the trophy. They forced Argentina into a tactical cage and locked the door from the inside. While the rest of the world is crying over a perfectly justified red card, the reality is staring us right in the face. Argentina played like they were terrified to lose, while Spain played like they were destined to be kings. Ultimately, Argentina lost this final the moment they decided to play for survival instead of playing their own football. Spain didn't steal the crown, they snatched it right off their hands to become the undisputed champions of the world. The debate is officially over. Did Scaloni completely blow the tactics, or was this Spanish side just destined for greatness? Drop your thoughts below, hit that subscribe button, and let's argue ball in the comments.